What's going on? Out here making some runs. I promise y'all I'm working. I told you when I'm quiet, I'm working, y'all. Don't think I'm ever just sitting on my hands. I'm out here making plans and plays. Whoo! Anywho, I just went to one of my follow-up clients, follow-up properties from a side job I did about 2 months ago. And I was checking on the lawn because he reached out to me and said, "Hey, it's turning brown." So I had to go investigate. It's one of those things where there's multiple reasons. There's a lot of things that contribute to why a lawn starts to turn brown. The first thing I was looking at is, okay, what are the current conditions of all the other properties when it comes to St. Augustine as of right now? Is everything still green, or things are starting to shift to brown? We're not just there just yet. Everything is still brown. Still green. So it's not transitioning from, from a summer lawn to a fall, dormancy lawn. Number two, I want to know if there's any insects that's eating on the bottom of the turf, such as grubs, armyworms. Insects is what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the leaf foliage, as far as like the grass texture. If it looks like, just looking at the coloration, is it completely brown? Was it yellowing? Just looking at it, just try to see what is really going on with it. And I go to the troubled areas. Is some of the areas that were green, some of the areas were yellow, some of the areas were brown. When I say yellow, they wasn't like blown out completely yellow, but it shows a sign of stress type yellow. So I went over there and I looked at that part of the lawn. Then I went over to where it was brown. And where I noticed where it was brown at was a little bit like muddy, like saturated. It was wet. And it was like that for the whole area, to be honest. So I'm like, there's a lot of things contributing to my thoughts. The last thing I looked at was the root system of the grass, the stolons. How does the stolons look? You can easily look at the stolons of a root system of a grass to see if it's like a fungal disease or stuff like that, because it'll be black around the nodes. And just for y'all, if y'all don't know what a node is like, say if you got a plant, right? Like, let's say a rose bush, and you got the rose bush got a few branches that go left and right, right? Well, if you rip that branch off where the trunk of the rose bush is, that little scar tissue where you ripped off of the main branch, that is considered to an extent a node. Branches grow out of nodes per se. So when I'm looking at grass, I'm looking at the root system, because the stolons are typically on top of the ground. They run across the grass. That's how the grass spreads. So I'm looking at the nodes, and the nodes were black. Black is a confirmation that, hey, this lawn is a fungal disease. If it's brown, that means it's kind of damaged. If it's green, it's good. But it's sometimes you can look at to see if it's just the grass, or is it the root system of the grass that's being damaged. So I'm looking at all these things. And one part of the lawn I definitely recognize he has a fungus going on and it's spreading. And the other part of it is the lawn is saturated. With the lawn being saturated, like where it's wet, I think he's been watering probably too consistent at this part of the season. Not to say we get 90s and stuff like that. Right now it's 80 degrees, but it's an overcast today. I think he may have been watering his lawn a little bit too excessive, to where it's actually causing root rot. Yes, root rot. I think because it was squishy, and I looked at the rest of the lawn. That was a telltale. Like, he has it actually fenced off. Like, he has a silk fence up to where the area that I resodded. And I stepped on the exterior of that fence and walked that part of the lawn. I'm like, this area's not saturated. What's the difference between this area and that one? Well, he's watering this one because it's a new part of the lawn. But I think his frequency is a little bit too excessive as of right now. So my action plan, for one, I did see some signs of like a few like insects within the grass, so I just put down a preventative for the part of the season to where, you know, he don't have to worry about army worms or grub worms. That's a preventative measure. Number two, I put down a fungicide because I did identify a fungus on a part of the lawn, and if it's on one part of it, it's a possibility it can spread. And number three, I told him, hey, water this granular in for about 10-15 minutes, but don't water this lawn for next week. This lawn needs to dry out for it to start to recover, because it's not going to recover if you're keeping it super wet. It's potential root rot is what's going on, and that also can contribute to a fungus disease. So I don't know, I gave him a whole game plan of what's going on with the lawn after walking it. I've been doing it for a little bit, so I get it. This was a St. Augustine style lawn, so it's not, you know, it's not formed for it to be a fungus disease. They're pretty prone to funguses for some reason. I believe this is a Tam-Star St. Augustine that I put down at this client's lawn, but I just had to walk it down, you know what I'm saying, and really understand what's going on with it. And now the action plan is he's got to let it dry out. I told him, hey, don't water this lawn, because he been going haywire over there, because every part of it was squishy. I'm like, why is this lawn so wet? It almost appeared like it stormed in that part of the lawn and not the rest. So I think that's gonna help with that lawn recovering over the next few weeks. It's gonna take about 3 weeks for it to bounce back. Good part about him reaching out to me prematurely once he recognized this issue is you can get ahead and stop the problem if you catch it early on. And being that he reached out to me and I got there and I was able to treat it, I'm hoping that I can reverse this, because some of the grass is brown slightly, but all of it has green foliage. No area of it is completely like brown, but it shows signs of brown. So I could tell that the lawn is definitely having an issue currently right now, it being healthy. So, and another thing that I did to kind of double check to see, you know, what's a potential issue that's going on with it. The areas that were brown, I actually went over to it and I pulled it. I tugged on it a little bit to see if I can lift it up. Some of those areas I was able to lift a little bit. I'm like, this is weird, because it's been down and it's been rooted and it's been growing really healthy. If I'm able to lift that grass up so easily, that shows that the roots are definitely damaged and a potential, you know, insect is eating at the bottom of it. So the insecticide is going to help with the grubs, or if we got a insect infestation, and the fungicide is going to treat for the fungus that's, you know, I can clearly see is within the lawn. But those are just a few things that I kind of had to identify, and that's why people hire people for like weed control and fertilization, understanding like what's really going on with the lawn. You ain't hiring me just to throw some stuff down. You want me to come in and fix the problem and understand what's really the problem. So I told him, hey, back off that water, homie. Back off that water, because I really think that's something that's contributing to the current conditions of his property. It's saturated, squishy. It shouldn't be that way. But I got high hopes. I've seen lawns that look bad, and I, you know, treated them, and I was able to reverse what was going on. But especially when they got a lot of grass foliage, like I don't feel like his is out of reach. But it is a thing. Say if that client didn't reach out to me. Say if he didn't reach out to me and he thought it was just going dormant or something, and then, you know, the lawn, you know, dies off or whatever, you know, not to say that'll be horrible on me for not double checking, but that's why I do I do a 3-month follow-up after I install a lawn. Like I go in, I put down the fertilizers when we're installing it in the spring, summer, and after that I put down insecticides just as a preventative measures, because this stuff comes from the sod farm, y'all. It ain't perfect. It's not perfect. It has issues to where it might have grubs. I've seen beetles. I've seen all of it coming directly from a sod farm, who, you know, typically they care for their stuff pretty decent, but it really depends on the farm that you're dealing with. But they grow this stuff at volume, you know what I mean? They got acres of grass that they're cutting a day. That's a lot of grass, you know, a lot of pallets, etc. So they're probably, you know, missing when it comes to applications, because they're in a cutting season, so they try not to maybe treat it. I don't know. Either way it go, I stand behind the lawn as far as the customer if they're reaching out about something that needs to be situated with it, because it's hard to find good contractors that's going to do what they said they're going to do, follow up when they say they're going to follow up, for the client to get the end result. Like, he been paid me. He paid me way when. You know what I mean? So in reality, I could be like going to contractor and say, nope, I installed the lawn. It was good when I installed it. It's been good for 2 months. Now you got an issue. You know? Address it. Handle it. That's how you handle business. You take care of it. That way the customer don't have an issue. You know what I'm saying? And now, this customer, he'll scream my name from the top of the mountain because I do what I say I'm going to do. All we have nowadays, guys, is our word. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, handle it. So that's what I just did. He was happy to see me. You know, people be surprised when, they be surprised when I come on a follow up, when I tell them I'm a follow up, because I think they don't be expecting it. They don't have, like, they've been burned by probably so many contractors. Their expectations for people become low, unfortunately. So I'm out here trying to rebuild trust back with, you know, contractors when it comes to dealing with customers in the, you know, the landscape field on the service-based business, because I get it. You know, I get it. You can hire somebody and they do not do what they set out to say they're going to do. I've hired contractors for my property and stuff like that, and they didn't do what they said they were going to do, and it just was all a headache. So I get it. It's hard to find a good contractor, a good person, service-based business that's do what they say they're going to do. It's just, but I'm gonna keep swinging for the fences, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's how I build a reputation for having a solid-based business. But on the flip side, enough with my shenanigans. I had to talk about that because that's what I just came. I was over there for about an hour and a half, just looking at the lawn and studying it, because to me, I might take a little bit of time on these lawns, but I really be needing to understand exactly what's going on with it. I really do. Like, I don't want to leave and say, oh man, I don't know what's going on, but I put some stuff down. Nah, because that's what somebody immature and not thinking of the solution is. I want to be able to identify solutions. I'm a solution guy, man. And if I don't know the issue, it bothers me, because I should be figuring it out, especially if I encounter it multiple times. The cool part about what I do is I install a lot of different types of lawns, from St. Augustine, Zoysia, Bermuda, Centipede, and I try not to get customers confused. I tell them, I say, hey man, I ain't gonna confuse you with all this, but you got 19 grasses I can install in your yard that's right here in Charleston. Right here locally, I can install 19 different types of grass. That's a lot of different options. I say, and every grass is, you know, has its pros and cons, but let's stick to the basics. Let's stick to Centipede, Bermuda, St. Augustine, and Zoysia. They're gonna keep it basic for you. When I install the lawn, I am gonna tell you exactly which cultivar you have, but I don't want to confuse you with all the other grasses, because everything have its purpose. Let's look at your property conditions to see what your lawn calls for. I think that's what people appreciate. I say, hey, you can cheap out. You can put down the same crap, you know, not to knock centipede grass, but it's just not my favorite. Centipede is everywhere, and that's what contractors use when they're doing new developments around here. But there's so many other options, is my thought process. There's so many different options, and the crazy part to me is there's 19 different options of grasses. Everybody thinking, anytime you hear Zoysia and you knowing that it's a premium grass type, they think it's super expensive, and I'm like, not really. Not really. Like, you can actually get some of this Zoysia for the same price as Bermuda and St. Augustine. Certain Zoysias is different cultivars depending on where you get it from. Given I am plugged in a little bit, so I do have some resources to where I can get my grass for a crazy different price than some of my competitors, and I'm always plugged in, whether that's in my holiday lighting business or the side business. But I tell people they have options. Back to the point, people have options. And when I install these lawns, this same customer who just called me, I gave him a full care guide on how to care for this lawn. I think I need to improve that, because I believe throughout this time of installing the lawn and maintaining it, I think he may have been watering excessively. I really do. And it's cool because we caught it and we're able to fix it now. But some of my customers, I noticed that when I give them that guide, it doesn't tell them when to stop watering. It tells them to water twice daily for the next 3 weeks, but it really don't tell them how to water it, how frequent to water it after it, based on the part of the season we're in. And I told him, I said, hey, like right now we got an overcast. I said it's not super hot, and we did catch some rain today. So if you were to water today, it'll be overkill. And if it's an overcast for the next few days or whatever, this lawn, you can have, that's where it contributing to one of the issues. But it's been fun. It was fun, dialing in like that. I do enjoy that piece of the science of it, but I do need to get more detail. I need to continue to practice. Shouts out to my OG. He the one who suggested me to take on some of my clients that I'm doing lawn renovations for and do it annually. For people who do full lawn renovations, front and back, just bake my price in for my weed control and fertilization, because it's one of those things where you don't want, you don't want the person we're really responsible for it and not know how to handle it for the first year. At least keep it on track for them the first year, and then after that, they can hire you on for your weed control and fertilization services. But even if people are not going with the full lawn renovations, because primarily I get a lot of people that do their front lawn renovation and then they'll do their back lawn later or whatever, I like to at least give them that 90 days of care, because it's important. It's very important to let them know that, hey, I'm not just finna slap you upside the head for $8,000 and then run for the hills. Nah, that ain't what we're doing. That ain't how we build business. We're gonna stay around. We're gonna stick around. You'll see me again in 30 days. You'll see me again in another 30 days, because it's important to me, the results. I'm very result driven. So once I get a lawn installed and I be on the property and the customer come out, oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. Like the customer that I did last week, and I had y'all on my live. I installed the lawn, and I kid you not, that lawn does look amazing. They got a Xeon Zoysia lawn, but my gosh, when I show you guys where it came from to where it's at, it's a night and day difference. The lawn was bare, almost bare dirt. Some area was, had some weeds growing, but it was nothing. And now they have a full lawn that looks amazing. And the customer's like, man, you don't understand, man. They got a newborn baby and they got a dog. It's like, man, you don't understand. We haven't seen this lawn look amazing like ever. It's like, this is amazing. We truly appreciate you guys. Yeah, they were very, very thankful. I was like, yeah, man, no problem. This is what we do, dog. You'll see me again in another 30 days, my boy. I stick around. And I want you to, and he's like, man, we got a group we're in, and it's got about 3,000 people in our neighborhood. We're gonna show the pictures of the before and afters, and we're gonna definitely put you out there, man. I was like, man, well, I appreciate it, man. I truly do. But it's been fun though. It's been a pretty fun journey this year when it comes to weed control, fertilization, lawn renovations for the most part. I feel like I'm a student to the game always feel like I'm a student, because I don't never feel like, oh man, I got every answer. It's always room to grow and understand a little bit more in depth the thing that you already know. I feel like the moment I feel like I got it all figured out, I might die. Because right, one man don't know it all, right? Always be a student to the game. Pray for wisdom and be surrounded by great people who could continue to guide me and point me in the right direction. Because truth is, there's people that already been doing what I've been doing way before I have. So I just want to take notes and take initiative as well on not making the same mistakes that somebody else did. But It's been fun, y'all. What y'all guys going on today, man? I just wanted to babble a little bit because I'm on my road trip. I was about 45 minutes away from home, about 40 minutes. They're building up so much around here. Seems like it's taking forever to get to one location to the other. But I got the lawn treated. I really want to probably go put eyes on another lawn for they're calling me, but for the most part, I've been doing pretty well. I sent out a commercial quote today for one of the sod suppliers that I have, and I'm hoping it turned out well, man. I did some customization for it. I gave the business a Santa hat. Have y'all seen the reel and a video where like it's the gable of a house, like the peak where the eaves and stuff are, and the house have like a hat on it, like a Santa hat. I got for my holiday lighting business. I sent over a design today with one of those, and man, and it's for a commercial, of course. But he was blown away. He said it looked amazing. He's gonna follow it up with his marketing team and see if they got it in the budget. If so, they're gonna pull the trigger on that. That'll be great. I did estimate it roughly around, I think it was like 1,800 to 2,000 for this hat. It is all custom. There's a lot of configuration. I've got it mentally mapped out exactly how to create it. I like to take on challenges, y'all. That's what's going to continue to separate me from my competitors. So this hat, I already know from an engineering standpoint, the structure standpoint, exactly how I want it to come together. And they say yes, I commit to it. I already literally mentally mapped it out. I'm like, man, all I got to do is boom, boom, boom. This is over, literally. So I got it mapped out. Hopefully, I get some feedback within the next day or so. That'll be great. That'll be amazing. Yeah, just wanted to tap in. What's going on, y'all? How many entrepreneurs do I have watching right now? Because that's what I want to know. How many people have their own business and things going on right now? I would like to know that. How many entrepreneurs? Put one in the chat. Put two in the chat. I'm curious. I'm curious of the people who watch the channel. What is my audience like? How many people are actually in the entrepreneur space, running a business or working for a business? Either or. It's okay. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. I'm just curious if the people who gravitate towards the channel are entrepreneurs, because they'll understand a lot of what I be talking about. I want to be able to speak a little bit better to my audience. Blinded by the light. Let's phone down. I was talking to one of my local suppliers the other day, and bro is like bro's like $2 higher than one of the online suppliers. He's local, but man, trying to justify that cost is crazy. They see the benefit of it though. I see the benefit. I got a lot of little things I need to tweak and work out. What's today? Tuesday. Dang, I should have had lunch with the wife. We could have had Taco Tuesday today. I got a little taco joint near the house. Oh boy. Blinded by the light. About to go shoot some content. I have a little bit of an unfair advantage that I'm going to continue to double down on. I got so much stuff to do, man. I promise you, dog. It don't seem like there's enough time in a day. I can do something like, for instance, I was just at that property, and before there I was at Superside. I had to pick up some insecticides, just as a preventative measure, but dang it, I wish I had my gas can with me. I got a lot of stuff to do. I gotta mow my grass. I gotta fix one of my weed eaters. Well, I got really 3 weed eaters that I need to fix, but I need to reach out to the machine shop to double check and see what's the status of some equipment that I dropped off to get repaired, because they might have called me already, I don't know, but I'll reach out to them and see what's what. Time to get away, boy. And I've been communicating with a supplier. I've been trying to get this. I have a few props that I've been waiting on. So instead of waiting on them, I'm actually gonna. I already reached out to them, and I know when it's gonna be received and shipped and all that stuff. Now I need to order some more pixels for the display. That's a great amount of pixels that the project calls for. Man. It's going down, though. It's going down. Meanwhile, I got my ops. I got an invoice to send out. I got somebody that need to pay me like, I think, $900. I know $900. I was gonna charge more, but I'm having some grace here. I got some sod that I need to get rid of. I got some Xeon Zoysia I have left over. Man, I kid you not, my to-do list be going. Woo! Jeez, oh, power breaking over here. My to-do list be crazy. And my biggest struggle sometimes with my to-do list is prioritizing. Like, I know what I have to do, but trying to put them, compartmentalize each task to know which one is more important than the other. And I feel like every time the tasks that I have to do, they're all time sensitive. All of them are time sensitive. Like, it's not one that, I could just wait, but I do need to prioritize what's more important than other. I need to sit down and just write down. I need to do a brain dump. That's what I call it. I use this app on my phone. It's called Mindly, Mindly, Mindly. And what it is you remember how you used to do like a rough draft, like you use the 3 circles, you put, the pros on one side, the cons on the other, and then similarities together, whatever, right? Well, it's similar to that, but it's actually like a mind web. So there we go. Yeah, it's like a mind web, to where you can start with one thing and compartmentalize. I can have this say work, right? Or I can have something that says at home to-do list or something, and I can click into that, and okay, I gotta clear off the side of the house, or it's so many different things you could do on it, but pretty cool. What's going on, Billy? What's happening with your big dog? What's happening? Let me see here. Y'all wilding in the comments. What's up, bro? Caspian Snake. What's up, gang? Turn on the light. You're not visible. Yo, what are you talking about? I'm just babbling, bro. Just babbling, talking about that grass. I'm talking about that grass when I be making that cash. You feel me? Oh man, this dude is hacking me right now about a price. I'm gonna hurry up and send him something. But I'm gonna get at y'all, man. I'm about to send out a quote. I'm about to slap somebody upside the back of their head with the price, because he's hacking me about a price, and I want him to keep that same energy when it comes to closing. If you gonna hackle me or say, hey, send me the quote, keep that same energy. Once I send that quote, hey, make a decision. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't like when people turn to Casper the Friendly Ghost once I send it. They do that though. If you send out projects and stuff like that, you set up projects, people will turn into Casper the Friendly Ghost when it comes to following up with you, and that ain't cool. Keep that same energy. Same thing that had you reach out to me and say I need a quote. I asked you, do you have any colors in mind? You don't say anything, so boom, I send you over 3 designs of your property design, and it has a blowout of features, so many features. I'm like, what week would you like to install? Like, that's what I want to figure out. What week? What week would you like for us to install it? Blinded by the light. Oh, yeah. But as much as love you guys, I gotta get going. Gotta get going, guys. Got work to do. All work works. All work works. I'll get up with y'all later, man. I gotta shoot some content. Gotta prepare myself to shoot some content, and I gotta send out a lot of mails. I gotta send out some emails. Gotta do some follow-ups. It's going down, baby. It's going down. Later.